Well, hello there. Skeleton Key here again for what is this, week 8? I think this is week 8 of my fall readathons. So I had enough leftover ingredients to make a whole nother cheese and spinach pie. So I've got the cheese grated, I've got the mushrooms sauteed, I've got the spinach more than wilted. Yeah, but it should still be fine. And I've put it in the pie shell. I did buy the pie shell. I didn't make my own pie shell. Getting ready to pour the egg and cream mixture over it, and then I'll pop it in the oven for a while. There we go. I used more cheese and more milk and more cream this time, and cooked it another 10 minutes. And see it, I think it fills up the pie shell a lot better. And that's not caviar, that's mustard. I used grape mustard. I've gotten several packages. One is a box of spices from Pinsies. And I'm not gonna go through it right now. I ordered a lot. It's these are the Shinies that I ordered from Chad Parker, who is silversmith extraordinaire. Fancy velvet box. Ooh, isn't that gorgeous? And the other is a ring. It's in its fancy little bag. Ooh, shiny. And this is what I call a statement piece. I really need a manicure. Oh well. Who's looking at my nails if you got this big old ring? Oh my god, that is so gorgeous. And that stone is Larimer. I can't remember what the purple stone is in the necklace, but I will link below to where you can get custom jewelry like this for yourself. Or, hey, if you're looking for shinies for holiday gifts, Chad can set you up. So I went back to my Poe, and I did read The Fall of the House of Usher. Finally got that done. I tried listening to it on this thing I got on Hoopla. What is it? The Edgar Allan Poe audio collection, which is a bunch of just a selection of the poems and short stories by Edgar Allan Poe, read by Basil Rathbone and also Vincent Price. And I'm like, this should be awesome, right? Well, the poems, as far as I got, the poems were fine. I really liked Basil Rathbone's narration of Alone, which is my favorite Poe poem. But I got to listening to The Fall of the House of Usher, and I was kind of reading along in my big old tome O Poe, and it seemed it wasn't matching up, and come to, I got to looking at it, and sure enough, this was severely abridged, the narration. So I went ahead and I was like, well, maybe my copy is wrong, although that didn't seem likely. So then I downloaded the Project Gutenberg version, and it matched the text that I had. So I just went ahead and read it in the Project Gutenberg version. And then I went back to the recording and I skipped ahead to the Vincent Price narration of, I skipped Ligeia. He did Ligeia, and then I went and read the Imp of Perversity or something like that. What was it? The Imp of the Perverse. And I read along in my text of that, and it was also severely abridged. And so I just kind of skipped around and listened to some other, the beginnings of several other of the short stories, and no. So I DNF'd that collection, even though it was Vincent Price and Basil Rathbone. So I would not recommend that unless you just want to listen to the poems, because as far as I know, all of the poems are complete. The ones I listened to were complete. Or if you already know the stories and just want to hear these narrations of abridgments of the stories. That's it for now. This is Monday night. Technically, I should wrap up here, but I'm tired and I want to go to bed, but I still also want to include some thoughts on the cons that I attended this weekend. So I will do that in the morning. And then tomorrow, after that, then I will call the week done. So I do still have a few minutes left of Tuesday morning. So I do still have a few minutes left of Tuesday morning to try to finish out last week, today. But do y'all remember that surprise book that I got in my Sirens Care package? And it was wrapped up with a pretty pink bow, and it said from near future to far future. Well, we opened them Sunday morning. And so my book is When We Wake by Karen Healy. I am completely unfamiliar with this book. I know nothing about it except what it says on the back cover, which is, I saw the same footage everyone else did. Watching that footage doesn't spark a thing. It could be a perfect stranger dying on the steps of Parliament House, but it was me. I woke up 100 years later. So, yeah. Sounds intriguing. So I look forward to reading this sometime soon. But I will also be reading another 25 books. Well, okay, that implies that I read 25 books for this year's challenge, Sirens Reading Challenge. And I did not. I counted it and I've already forgotten. I think I read like 8 of the 25 that I was supposed to read. And they said, what? You thought we were going to give you 2 years to read 25 books? Oh, no. So I failed. I failed badly at that. I'm going to set myself a challenge to finish that one out. But fortunately, there is some overlap in the books that they put on the list for the 2021 reading challenge. I may end up doing a whole series of videos just on my Sirens reading, so that you can kind of see what books I picked for the 2020 challenge. Yeah, the 2021 challenge is a little different. They basically just set this list of 25 books. You will read these 25 books. However, they did recognize that some of us have probably already read some of those books. And I've read 7 of them already. So they had an alternate list. And it's also good for if there are certain triggery things, because a lot of the Sirens reading has has some pretty intense stuff in it and can be very, very triggering for a lot of readers. So, so they recognized that yes, you can go with this alternate list of 25 books. You can pick and choose off of that as well. So I've almost got my list together of the books I'm planning to read, because a lot of them that I haven't read, I do already actually own or have access to through Hoopla. So basically, I've got one left that I don't know what I'm going to read yet. So, and I may just hold off on choosing that for a while. And, you know, who knows, one of them may come up as a book club pick or something. Oh gosh, it's almost noon. So I'm going to wrap up this week's post with I'm going to go downstairs and see if I can get some good pictures, get some good footage of the snow. We got snow on Sunday, and hopefully it seems to be helping with the fires. Of course, the fire can hibernate. I had not realized that until I moved to fire country. But fires can hibernate under the snow and pop up again in the spring. It's like, really? Wow. That's awful. But yeah, it is apparently helping, and for all you horror fans out there, the Stanley Hotel, which is which was Stephen King's inspiration for The Shining, the Overlook Hotel in The Shining, it is playing host to hundreds of firefighters right now. So yay! Yeah, this has been just a real scattered week for me, so I've probably missed a bunch of stuff. To match my snowy book, we have lots of snow. Greetings from Vlogmas 2021, Stina. A lot has changed since October 2020. I do have in my notes that I was going to record some more videos about various challenges and things like that, and what all I read in October and what counted towards what challenges, and yeah, that never happened. So yeah, best I can do right now is just drop a link to my blog over on Goodreads, and there I do list all of the books that I read in September and October. So I'll link to the October one, and then the September one's right before it. And hopefully that will be at least somewhat informative. But I do think that's going to wrap up everything hanging out there from 2020. So now we'll get started on all of my lost vlogging from 2021. In the meantime, please like and subscribe, and see you around.